Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, I eat folks, sampler platter video series of videos I've been doing for a while now, where I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff, then folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm just going to say it, I don't think I'm ever going to understand leather pants. But leather pants aside, what am I doing for y'all? What am I trying? What's going on? Well, I'm in the truck. Not only am I in the truck, I'm wearing a Grody work shirt. If you watch my videos long enough, you know that, hey, if I'm in the truck, I'm wearing a Grody work shirt, chances are I was on my way home from work and I found some stuff to review. It's very much the case today. Decided to go over there and stop off at a Shell station, because a lot of times that's where I find items to review. It's just random gas stations that I don't go to that often. And I found a couple things. Specifically, what thing am I going to be trying for y'all today? Folks, we're doing boom! That kind of works. It's Wrap Snacks, folks. Yay, Wrap Snacks. I've done some other Wrap Snack products. I've done the cup of noodles that they have. There's I think 3 or 4 different varieties. I've done those. Recently, I did the Little Baby all-in flavor chips. Go watch that video if you're interested. At this point, I might even just go over there and do a playlist for just Wrap Snacks. Because why the hell not? These ones specifically are Ooey Wavy Rick Ross Rozay Cheddar. Now that said, folks, what do I know about Rick Ross? The answer is not very much. Some of the Wrap Snack individuals, which by the way, if you're not familiar, Wrap Snacks, snacks that basically various rap, icons slash artists and what have you, they basically put their name to it. I don't know how much actual input they have in the whole thing, but yeah, I don't know a lot about Rick Ross. I think he'd been around for a little while, maybe, but he kind of exploded past the point, in popularity, past the point where I was kind of actively part of the rap and hip hop scene. Cause I grew up with, you had your Snoop Doggs, you had your Coolios, rest in peace Coolio, you're fantastic. You had your Skilos, okay? I'm representing Skilo now. I had all that stuff, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. But then I kind of got more into, metal and stuff. Of course, I was into nu metal, a lot of it anyway. So, I still had that rap association. But Rick Ross, he just wasn't really a thing, or at least not that I was aware of when I was doing that stuff. So, no offense to Mr. Rick Ross. I just don't have anything to base it off of. But hopefully your snack is delicious. And it has a quote from him on the back. It says, every day is a perfect opportunity to reach your goal. Measure success by how many people you bless. Not bad advice, Mr. Rick Ross. I can go with that. So, hopefully this is fantastic. If it's not, I guess I'll have just eaten some kind of not great chips, and that'll just be the end of it, because that's how this goes. Let's give it a shot. Typically enjoyed the Wrap Snacks. Hopefully I'll enjoy these too. Wrap Snacks! Ooh, they're like pink. Huh! I'm guessing that's the rosé aspect of it. I don't know a lot about rosé either. I know probably less about rosé than I know about Mr. Rick Ross. So, before I get to my review, I try to remember to bring this up every time I go over there and I do a bag of chips. Bag of chips, you see it. Actual amount of chips in the bag. At this point, it's less than half the capacity. Driving me goddamn nuts. It's not even, for me, not only do I feel like I'm kind of being cheated as a consumer, then there's just the wastefulness of it. It's just more bag than is necessary. It's more materials going into it that's necessary. And I've had people say, oh, they do it because, to keep the chips together when they're bullshit. Bullshit. If you're buying into that, I'm sorry, you're part of the fucking problem. Because that is just horseshit. I have never once in my entire life heard anybody go over there and say, hey, you know what would be great if they went over there and they took away half the chips in the bag so that every chip could go over there and be like perfectly a chip. Never. Never once. We're just getting ripped off. Less chips, more bag, cost more. Ow. On to the chips themselves. They're fine. They're not bad, but like, I have to admit, I was expecting more of a cheddar flavor. Like, I can appreciate that they're doing other things with it. But the problem is that yeah, I mean, it's not going to say. I mean, the problem is that, okay, I can appreciate that it's a non-standard cheddar chip. That's great. Cool. I like that you're doing something interesting with it. A lot of the flavors that they come out with are interesting. The problem I'm having right now is that a lot of the flavors that they come out with have flavor. These feel very muted to me. They're fine. I don't dislike them or anything, but in terms of being a cheese-based potato chip, I love, man, like the Ruffles queso chips. Those are fantastic, man. Those are like some of the best chips around. So I enjoy a cheesy chip. It's a good time. These, you're not getting a big burst of cheese. You're not getting a big burst of, I guess, Rozay or whatever the fuck. It's just very... I also like the fact that, you know, they've got like the pink coloration, but then they're yellow on the bag. I mean, they're fine, but it's like, I've got to say, out of the Wrap Snack chips that I've had, I think these might be the most disappointing that I've had. Again, they're not bad. They're perfectly palatable, but they're just meh. Like, there's just not enough to them to be interesting. Which is a shame, because there's a hint of it. Like, I can see what they're going for. And I think if they just would have gone full bore with it, I think it could have been good, because every so often I will get a chip that has a little bit more flavor going for it, and that tastes really good. Still maybe not as cheesy as I would personally like, but it is going over there and giving a nice little kick of flavor. And, you know, it has, you know, it's a little bit salty, it's a little bit cheesy. It's got a little bit of something extra, which again, I guess that's maybe the Rozay aspect of it. But ultimately, like I said, the problem is for every one chip that I'm getting that's like that, I'm getting like 5 others that are just fairly bland and don't even taste that great as potato chips. So, yeah, I think for me, these ones, I mean, I don't know if you just want to call it under seasoning or what have you, but it's just not that great. You know, like I said, they're okay. I think there's potential here. I think if they went over there and fucked with the recipe, you know, maybe the level of seasoning that they put on it, I could see these being really good. But they need to taste cheesy. They need to, you know, they need to emphasize, or actually reflect, rather, that's what I meant to say, what they're trying to emphasize on the bag. Till that point, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No and no. Sorry to Mr. Rick Ross. I'm sure you're a stand-up dude, and, you know, you're probably an extremely talented artist at what you do. Your chips are a little meh. And again, it's a little bit sad, because the Wrap Snacks typically have been good. I like the little baby ones. I thought those were fantastic. These, So, and those were all, the little baby ones were the all-in flavor. These ones have very little flavor. So, maybe there's a happy balance there. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your year. And folks, if you could go over there and have yourselves a truly cheddar-tastic rest of your life. But, like, the proper stuff. And, you know, of course, if you happen to be lactose intolerant, or maybe you just don't like cheese or what have you, or maybe just cheddar cheese, then go over there and pick something else that's equivalently delicious as cheddar is to me. We can meet up, we can talk about it, we can come up with a whole scale system. And be like, well, this is how delicious I think cheddar is. And then you'd be like, well, I think this is how delicious the carrots are. And we'll be like, okay, we'll figure it out. It'll be like a metric, what's the term for it? I want to say colonial, and that's not it. I can't, whatever, damn it, the American measuring system. Anyway, folks, two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Not always the easiest thing to do in the world, especially when we got some weak-ass chips that we got to deal with. I paid money for those, folks. At the end of the day, as much as I enjoy doing the sampler platter, I get no money back from it. Everything I do, I have to put the money into, so, which to be fair, it's not typically too bad, so, plus it's food and stuff, I'm gonna eat it. But even with that being the case, sometimes we find ourselves in stressful situations. Might be inclined to be a bit assholishness, but try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, and hopefully we can go over there and do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to try yourself out some Rick Ross Rozay Cheddar snacks, as I've done here in this video. Maybe like me, you'll be a little bit unimpressed. You'll be like, I don't know about these. Maybe you go over there, you write a letter to Rick Ross. You're over there and you're like, Dear Mr. Rick Ross, I am aware that you are not Santa Claus, but maybe you can grant my wish anyway. Talk to the Wrap Snacks people and go over there and get them to bump up the flavor on your chips. Signed, whoever the fuck I'm talking about in this scenario. And he gets it, and he goes over there and he's like, all right, well, I'm Rick Ross. I do what I want. And what I want is to go over there and make my fans happy. So not only is he going to go over there, he's going to get the flavor bumped up on those chips. He's going to do that. He's going to put you down as like as like an executive producer on his next album. Does he do albums? I think he does albums. I don't know. Some artists don't do albums anymore. Fucking, who was it who was talking about that not too long ago? Oh, some band I don't like. Was it Avenged Sevenfold? I feel like it was Avenged Sevenfold. It was like, maybe it was Papa Roach. They're interchangeable for me. But, and then, like I said, then you go over there, you get to live the rapper lifestyle and everything like that. Maybe you get a yacht and stuff. And, hey, maybe you invite your good buddy Brandon to hang out on your yacht every now and again. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't be good on a yacht. I can't swim very well, so. Anyway, or conversely, you could not do that whole scenario, even though that'd be pretty badass. What else could you do? Instead of going on a yacht, maybe just go over there and get yourself a boat, or go fishing or something like that. Something water activity related. Water parks are a thing too, I've heard. Bye.